Ramon SEO. To the double TV funnel and these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning steam is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this. Can it be showing up with Tony T? Yes, Ramon SEO. To the double TV funnel and these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning steam is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game.
And a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott. Welcome to the Morning Steam for Saturday, December 30th, 2023. We're getting ready for the new year. We're getting ready for bowl games today. We're getting ready for one NFL game tonight. We're getting ready for NBA card, NHL, some massive college basketball card. We'll preview a few games and talk about the schedule for tonight. How are you folks doing here on Saturday? What day is it with the holidays? But we know it's a big day for sports, a big long card, and we'll try to squeeze as much as we can in here and try to get it done as quickly as possible. But I want to look at every game with you and get your opinions on the card today and get your picks, get your pens, pencils, and scorecards ready as we go through today's games. What'd you think of last night's action, including action from the bowls yesterday? Got a little boring there at the end, didn't it, with Missouri and Iowa State? I said, boy, look at these two teams. I've got a red team. I've got a yellow team. I must be watching Nebraska and Iowa out there with no scoring from these guys. Neither team had their quarterback. Didn't quite work out. Did for Missouri. Great job, Missouri. They quieted Ohio State, and the only loser here were the beard dye companies for Coach Day. Yeah, feels like a clunker there, certainly, for the Buckeyes yesterday against Missouri. How about Memphis and Iowa State? We had a premium winner there on the over in that one. We also had a premium winner yesterday with Notre Dame against Oregon State. We mentioned in the preview, we got the total right there as well. We also had the side right in Memphis, I want to add. But said in the preview for the Notre Dame Oregon State game, this is the roles you want to take Notre Dame in, right? When they're up against not that Oregon State didn't have a great season, but Notre Dame was kind of underseeded, under bowled, if you will. Maybe at the Sun Bowl, still pretty good. They've talked about how the Sun Bowl hadn't had teams with the that good of positioning coming in many years. So good game, good result. Not a great game. Notre Dame rolls the Beavers. And in the opener, we did have the over with Clemson and UK yesterday. So 3-1 in our bowl picks. Want to say hello to everyone kind of coming in here. And how are you doing today? We'll head on over to the website here in just a moment. I want to say hello to everyone and let them know Happy New Year as we get going. We not quite there yet, but we can start celebrating a little bit, couldn't we? With a little bit of that'll work today. We'll do it again tomorrow. The highlight of the show right there. Let me say hi to folks coming in. I'll take you over to our website, tonyspicks.com. See who did well yesterday. Let's say hi to Gerardo. He gets things started here with our soccer coverage. Today, I just got done watching Atalanta with a 1-0 victory today. See Chelsea here up right now, and I see other Italian league action, Bologna and Udinese over here underway. So, big card. Also, Celtic and Rangers. It's big game time, traditional game time in the Scottish Premier League. 2-0 Celtic on top right now. Massive action throughout England as well. I see more Serie A later on today as well. So not a full card, but still plenty of good action, including this big Premier League card coming up here, top of the hour. Villa and Burnley, Palace and Brentford, City and United, Wolves and Everton. Oh, right. Curtis is here to Curtis. He's getting back, Yeah, I know Curtis is busy. Kid doesn't have the same amount of time, but here he is. He's almost got his keys back, if you know what I mean. There's Thomas Lewis. Hey, everyone. Shout out to the Queen. We're going to go over to TonySpicks.com. Stay tuned. Uh, Latifa, she just jumped on to say hi. If she has to go, we're going to pump her up here. We're going to pump her up here in a moment with her huge day, her big day so far on the Tony's Pick site as one of our handicappers. We'll talk about it in just a moment. My dear, congratulations and great job. Totally pumped for that. So I'll show you guys in just a moment. Nunya here today. What was I going to say? Nunya had such a poignant comment in one of the other chat rooms the other day. Here's undergrads. Blake is here. Our Thompson's here. Poppy's up and ready to go today with his card. I imagine firing in college basketball. That's where you're supposed to take advantage on a day like today. Uh, let's see. Timmy Tushu up and Adam. Gerardo ready to go. He'll get you in the Discord today, I'm sure, with some action. I know we also should, because you guys are doing a great job. We are going to do more with, I promise, we're going to do a little bit more with international. I don't know how, maybe I could just contribute the Steam reports or something. But I know you guys have been, certainly big into the Euro baskets when league play is in, especially on the weekdays. And of course, World Juniors. How about the results yesterday? Canada losing U.S. in a thriller at the World Juniors. So there are matches today, certainly as well, a couple, but just the big results yesterday. Any comments there? Happy New Year, everyone. All right, who else? Tyrone Coleman here today. Hello, Tyrone. And doubles as well. All right. Let's go over to the website. We got to get started on this because his bankroll would, he needs a $3 play. Unlike some other cappers who would say, "Oh, I don't have a." I've changed my tune on this totally here. Being the host of the morning steam, I'm going to find a $3 play and I'm going to pump it up and I'm going to go crazy with it. So, Jeff Schramm, hello. Nice to see you. All right. Heading over to Tony'sPicks.com where you'll find our premium picks, absolutely our best picks every day. Over at Tony's Picks, you can use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off all of our premium pick packages, including my plays today that I'll have. I'll be firing all day. Please get my 3-day, 7-day, if you will, to get my best action today on a college card. A lot of games to look at. We just aren't throwing darts here. Every game gets complete scrutiny and no play is made before it's time, if you know what I mean. Latifa, take a look. I've kind of hidden the top of the leaderboard here, if you guys can see it, because take a look at the Queen. All hail Latifa. 8-1 yesterday. You know what? She came into the Tony's Picks YouTube chat with the drive through, and she was kind of, feeling it, let's just say, yesterday, and she backed it up with a beautiful performance here for Latifa. 89%, 8-1 record of nearly 7 units of profit. Let's not shortchange our man Nick Bartini. He went 6-0-2. He's the face of Platinum Cappers. Jerry Lewis, one of our newest cappers as well. Another strong point for the ladies here. Look at our site. Uh, I don't know if you'll find any other site that's doing these multi-capper sites with four qualified women, especially performing very well right now. Jerry Lewis yesterday, 5-1. The EPA team came in with an 11-6 day with their number crunching. There's Butterscotch, Mark Eubanks, 10-5, 67%, as did Mindy Hahn. Strong day for Scotch and Mindy. Look at how deep this leaderboard runs. Nick Lagarettos up there yesterday, 5-2. Ronnie Crawford, 80% on Friday. Tim Irwin, 75%. Ruben Marlborough, 60%. Ron Hahn, 67%. Look at the names, right? When you think of the chat in the very beginning of the morning steam show with Mindy and I, and how things are branching out slowly but surely, and it feels pretty good right now, actually. Hey, I'm on the handicapper leaderboards there, 7-5 record. Joseph Schultz, a 1-0 day. The OG Cappers VIP. You can find these guys on social media. 2-1. And to the two old ladies consensus, that's when Mindy and Tiffany Mance have a consensus play that they agree on. They bottle those up. So you get the best of the two, and they went 2-1 yesterday for the last 7 days. That's a lot of names. We are almost done with the segment. I think that was so long, but we do want to take a look at the 7 day leaderboard here with Jerry Lewis on top, over 11.5 units of profit over the last 7 days. You bet Latifa is going to be on that list with over 10 units of profit. Nick Bartini clicking in at nearly 70% here for 800 units of profit. Ron Hahn also strong week at 713, and Ron Crawford, the creator of the spreadsheet play of the day. I don't think I say that enough here. Ron's slogan, almost, if you will, and he's up 569 over the last 7 days, last 30 days here at Tony's Picks. Hey, everyone's getting their chance to get shouted out today. So Tiffany Mance is on top with over 30 units of profit, and Mindy Hahn right there, the two old ladies that bet and stuff, self-proclaimed. I would never take a shot at these fine folks, the sisters, if you will. And if you've been subscribing to the 2-for-1 handicapper promotion over the last 30 days, you're up 58 units of profit. Nick Bartini's up 26 units over the last 30 days. Jerry Lewis, it might as well be the three old ladies that bet and stuff. Jerry's up 12 units. Mean that belovingly, Jerry. Shout out Daniel Chuck, over 11 units of profit. Ron Hahn's up 9 1/3 units over the last 30 days. Tony T, he's rolling the blazing sevens. If you ever love that slot machine, that's the old standby. 777 of profit for Tony. Mark Eubanks, same 776. Nick Lagarettos is up 7 units. AJ Wagers, well, shout out AJ's winning streak has come to an end. He's only 8-1 so far since joining Tony'sPicks.com. Great job, AJ. Gene got picks up there as well. You see the numbers over the last 30 days. We'll give these guys a chance to settle in since their month is we're only completing the first couple of weeks with these new cappers, and it's going to be good to have more folks to talk about or talk with, possibly, here on the show. All right. Check out our premium picks from the crew today. Click on the premium picks tab, and you'll find 3-packs, 5-packs, and 7-packs from our crew of handicappers, including the Queen today with a 5-pack sprinkled in mixed sports. Also, Ron Hahn's got a 3-pack today. Gene got picks up there as well. Tony T's got a 3-pack today. Collins Brown's in action. The EPA numbers are out. And Ben Ruhala has got his picks for the NFL ready to go for this weekend. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20%. You can click on the All Cappers tab. There you'll find the handicapper of your choice. You can click on their handicapper profile page, and that's how you get signed up. Use that promo code to save 20%. All right. Thanks for listening to that, folks. We're going to preview the games right now and see who else rolled in here while I was rapping away on our commercial, I guess. All right, you guys. Kev Cook stops in. He's ready to go, and I'm ready to go with the games here. We'll just uh, talk about them and get them rolling, make some picks here. There's Latifa's fire on fire. You guys are doing so well. Really, really happy and proud, actually, to a certain extent. I know you guys are your own folks, but feel like we can still build this community here a little bit, a lot, hopefully. I'll be here. All right. Hopefully, you guys caught me on one of those shows last night on YouTube playing that poker tournament. I didn't cash. I did get to grab a couple of bounties though to pay for my buy-in, and appreciate those guys over there for having me last night and letting me plug our website and our shows and everything. Real cool of them to do that. But you know what? I slammed my king queen offsuit, and the guy in the big blind. I had like eight big blinds. I shoved king queen, hoping to either get into something or just collect the blinds and antes. But ran into ace jack. You're not going to throw that away on an eight big blind shove, even if it's perhaps your stack. And I went out. All right, start with the games here. And Thomas Bird, hello. Yeah, and that one was on the internet, Latifa. And then it's funny, it's a fun show because you can actually there's a few players that are playing that you watch, you can see them on the screen. So maybe you could get a read on, like make the play, and I have to like sit there and you can like scrutinize me. If, do I have the hand? Am I bluffing? Let's get started with the football game tonight. I'm sure Latifah's got to run. I want to get at least one preview in here with her and you guys to get us rolling tonight with the Dallas Cowboys at home here against the Lions for Monday night. I think this is Monday night. Is this Monday night football? Is that what they were calling it, or special Monday night football? Friday, Saturday night, New Year's Eve edition. Cowboys favored here. Of course, we know the Cowboys' strengths at home this season. I mean, that's not even to be, debated. I mean, they crush, and maybe the Lions can be susceptible here. Still just a game behind Dallas, technically, win wise. The Lions. Maybe a little bit of a high coming off that first division title and now having to go out and travel here on the road. But all the numbers are perfect as far as covering spreads and all that. We're not going to, uh, just continue to roll with those numbers because there is a certain clash here because of Dallas's so much strength at home. They've clinched their playoff spot as well, and now they could see the home field in their sights possibly as it goes down. Dallas 7-0 straight up, 6-1 against the spread at home this season. Dallas 16-6 against the spread as a home favorite. We know all the numbers for the Lions under Campbell. 70% spread guy basically since he's been there. Detroit, they went through a funk. What is going on over here? Detroit went through a big time funk to a certain extent, but they have 10 touchdowns on their last 18 drives right now. So they're kind of back into form, right? They've kind of uh, maybe put the doubters. I guess with Detroit, even considering the type of personnel they have, it's a solid team, a real good team. I don't think there's anything to be taken for granted with the Lions, but there are some weaknesses that have come up. But at times they certainly can be very, very strong. So Lions of 3-5 against the spread. Their last 8 trips to Dallas, last 9 meetings, 8-1 to the over between these two clubs. So, but that total, let's see, we typed this line in here last night. I don't know if there's been any movement. 5.5, 52, 52.5. I'll leave the 52.5 up there here. What are you guys doing on the game? Let me get your picks. Jeez. Latifa should, well, I don't want to. Someone's got to join me here one day on these shows. All right. Solo. Yeah, solo. Yeah, there's a big, actually, solo. Careful what you wish for. A lot of people will make fun of you and tease you and everything. I just look at it as if I didn't do this show and have I wouldn't have anybody. You guys are important to me now. Too bad. Don't stop coming here, please. All right, let's see. Fernando's here. Okay, here's our tops. We got rolling here. He's on the under. Uh-oh. Not great, because I was thinking I was just talking about what sounded like a little bit of overaction for me. I don't know if other than talking about the series, I guess I didn't go too much into how these teams. I mean, Dallas has gone over in 7 of their last 9 games, and Detroit's gone over in 9 of their last 12. But I mean, obviously, the thing's all jacked up here in a 52.5, and I don't know what you want to call a Saturday night. Does it fit into the prime time? I think it kind of does, but it doesn't have its own category. There's not enough Saturday games. I will say this, though. We've talked about the big time rash of overs as the season has gone along. I think what I believe we're seeing, and it's been, debate when I brought it up on some shows. It's kind of been thrown back in my face a little bit, but I've just said the defenses are getting more fatigued as the season goes along. I don't think the offenses are any better. I mean, we see kind of terrible play, right? To a certain extent. But remember, the Thursday games, they're on a big run. So the shorter the week while the defenses are wearing down, I think that's why we've kind of seen those Thursday games, even with crummy offenses, bad plays, goofball plays. Now, we should get much better play, even in a game like this, although we've seen these teams have some issues penalty wise, but or no, well, I don't have the numbers there. I'm just talking maybe in a game recently or two. All right, but I guess I'll take over. I guess I can't get off that now. I mean, now I gave the stats out. Let's see here. All right, Cowboys for doubles. Hello to Ray. And all right. All right, I'm going to go over on this. I'm going to give out one of the plays. I like this game a lot. Should be a fun game tonight. If you guys don't have any other plays, I guess we'll move on to the college bowls. But uh, I don't know, want to look at it personnel wise or not. But um, to me, I think the Lions certainly have plenty of answers. Right, Cowboys can be very very strong at home against really bad teams they've been beating up on. Lions were not going to throw them into that group. And yeah, I mean, not just all bad teams, but good teams as well. But maybe they beat up on bad teams and get it done against good teams. Like this still could be. I mean, the Lions, they're in the top group of teams, right? A few lucky breaks here and there, whatever. Yeah, we're not putting them up there in the category with the Cowboys, with the Eagles, with the Niners, but football, I mean, hey, if you got to go on the road to take a chance with these guys, you got some talented players. Anything can happen in those games, certainly. Yeah, we could sit there and say, well, the Niners and all that. But, all right, I'm going to go over in this one with Lions and Cowboys. I'm on the record. Hope you guys are too. Thank you, everybody. That's going to be a good Saturday night. Let's get rolling with college bowl action today, if you will, here with. We're gonna get it started off in the Peach Bowl. talked yesterday when the nickname stops dropping off the name of the bowl. I mean, yeah, there's still a sponsor and everything, but when you get into this bowl, these bowls, and the Peach Bowl, I know they all look alike as far as bowl games is certain this time of year, and it's Mississippi and it's a good Penn State team, so I don't have to tell you it's a good game. But the Peach Bowl, a little bit steeped in tradition, you know. Made not sound like all those other bowls. Anybody who knows football, you guys do know the Peach Bowl. Um, you know, Borderline, right under, probably just underneath the Cotton Bowl and things like that. Right, that's right there. And we got Penn State, a great team, a great season for Penn State. Ooh, this uh, you guys, what am I? Ooh. All right, so I got the filter on. I got the after that those birthday wishes yesterday, last 2 days. I'm leaving on this filter a little bit here. All right. Old Miss, both teams come in 10-2. It might be the Old Miss club that maybe people aren't as familiar with a great season that Penn State had, and one of the best, if not the best, defense in the country, certainly coming into this game. But Old Miss certainly, yeah, hey, I don't have to sell you guys now on what we're seeing with some of these games. With still feels like the SEC is still the SEC to a certain extent, right, in some of these uh, bowl games, especially as we're kind of getting rolling here into the big games. Mississippi has been a bold dynamo, really, if you think about it over the years. Yeah, just 2-3 straight up and against the spread here over the last five bowls. It feels like it hasn't been as great with Kiffin, but overall, Mississippi has been, long and strong. So Kiffin does get the numbers in his bowl games. However, he's two and I think he's usually he's a pretty good dog, right? I think he's 2-4 straight up, but 4-1 against the spread. Maybe I don't have that quite right. I was doing it by looking at a list, and now I'm thinking about. But no doubt, it's basically he's lost some, but been very competitive in some of these bowl games here. Uh, for Franklin, he's been pretty good in his bowl games. Franklin 6-5, but you can think of some of the notable wins he's had. These two, this is the first time, really, I think, at least since the turn of the century, that these two teams have met. So not necessarily a big deal here, but I will say that the Big Ten's kind of had their way in bowl games over since the pandemic. Anyway, I think they've covered 11 of 17 bowl games coming into the bowl season this year. So Penn State 10-4 against the spread. Their last 14 non-Big Ten games. For Ole Miss, they've gone under in 5 of their last 7 games. Penn State has gone under in 3 straight. You guys have anything with Ole Miss and Penn State? Or I might be ready to make a call here, but I'd like to see some input. I keep both sometimes side and total, and if I like the game pretty strong, I know you should have one or the other, but hey, it's a bowl game. I'm going to be firing on the bowls. I'm not. Going to give me an opportunity to come on here and talk these games and not make a play. This is a never pass Ramon. Here's Howard on Penn State. Solo wants to go over in this one. No problem, doubles. I actually didn't tell anybody the first day. I'm that guy, that really try to pretend like it's not attention seeking, but it's like double attention seeking when you don't tell someone it's your birthday, and then the next day everybody wishes it. Oh, that's me. I'm that guy. Uh, Jimmy says under. Oh, that worries me because I was with Solo, I think. But maybe I'll pivot to the side if you guys. Jeff's on the over. Reggie's on the over. And Ray's on Penn State and over. So I'm starting to see more overs here. Maybe I can jump on that with you. Yeah. Well, the first day, Thomas, I had said at the very end of the show, I didn't say anything. Nobody from even my personal Facebook page. They, there was, you got to go through, and I still haven't finished because I got so many friends, I guess. I like to say thank you. Maybe they'll talk to me later instead of once a year. But at the very end of the show here, I said, it was another trip around the sun for me. That was it. One person got it, and then the next day someone said it. Someone must have concluded. Okay, and enough about me. But all right, man, I really was going to take the over as a premium, but you guys like the over here. Salty likes over first half, I think here. So I'm going to go over, and I'm going to make that. Look, I had it written down right here. It says premium, or as I like to put it on my sheet, prim. And maybe I'll pivot to the side in this one. It isn't an early start, and you know, all right. I'm just gonna go with the over here. I'm gonna fire some late steam on that game. I wasn't sure which one I was gonna take, and maybe that'll just be for the subscribers today. I won't have that one in my package since I don't have a package up yet with a busy holiday schedule. Okay, yeah, that's what I've got it on, Johnny. I just nothing I can do about this sad, tired eye here. All right, let's move on with maybe it's a filter that's here's Auburn and Maryland at the Music City Bowl in Nashville. Good bowl, not quite Peach Bowl. Okay, you guys. So just your hierarchy of bowls. I just want to make sure where you go. This is a nice bowl game, though, certainly with another ACC SEC matchup, if you know what I mean. But what do you like in this one with the Tigers? They've certainly have been the popular team with betters and maybe with odds makers too. They've been steadily moving Auburn up here as the game time approaches. Not only maybe because of the situations coming in with the teams, but Auburn lost 6 of their last 9 games kind of once they got into conference play a little bit after that. And don't forget who else they lost to. New Mexico State. But for Maryland, Tagovailoa, he chose not to play in this game. So I think you get the sophomore Edwards here. He's just threw like a handful of passes this season. Maryland came in kind of stumbling to the finish as well, having lost 5 of their last 7 games after their 5-0 start. So good luck to you, Tagovailoa. Whatever happens here, but for Maryland, they've been pretty bad in the underdog role under Loxley, just 11-18 against the spread. Loxley was not even that great before against the spread. He was 11-16 before he got here to Maryland. He has won 2 bowl games. Maryland's won their last 2 bowl games. These 2 teams really haven't met in any recent times. SEC teams do come here every year right now to the Music City Bowl, and the SEC team has lost 4 of the last 5 appearances for Auburn. You got Hugh Freeze. I look a pretty good situation here with bowl games and as a favorite where he kind of crushes it as well. Auburn 17-12 against the spread, last 29 games as a favorite. Auburn has struggled, however, before this in bowl games. Bowl games really haven't been their thing. They're just 1-5 straight up and against the spread. The last 6 bowls, but Solo's on Auburn, and so is Ray on Auburn. Right. That's right, Thomas, because that's right. And hopefully, I don't know what is up for Jerry Kill now. He's had health issues, and so you don't know. But obviously with his track record, yeah, and he got a little loose with the comments there at the end of the season. But I mean, he's a real dude, right? So I don't know. He's I don't think he'd ever land a high profile type of job, but I don't know. I haven't looked into that situation enough, but I would be real curious as to what type of plans. He's had health problems over the years. He's not young, but his coaching is so good. I mean, he's just proven it wherever he's gone. All right. Yeah, Nunya also, War Eagle, let's head down. And uh, I will say, I mean, I have a long affinity for Auburn, so I don't, mean to sound like I'm all in love with them all the time, but uh, just a there's Kev Cook on the over here in this one. All right, enough Auburns coming in the chat to get me on Auburn. I'm already on Auburn here in this one, and of course we're laying the big number uh, in this one. So but like I said, Hugh Freeze, 6-1 straight up and against the spread in bowl games. That does contrast with Auburn's history recently in bowls, but I think Auburn maybe not catching quite the attention that they might deserve here. So it is because Auburn's 6-6. I can't. I mean, I want to continue to hope. Remember, Auburn. I mean, they get a little they get a little sore when they don't have a winning record for a season. And even if you're, uh, Hugh Freeze, I guess, Auburn's fired coaches for less. I'm not saying that's the situation here or anything, but, uh, you know, three straight losing seasons would be, that doesn't happen but once a century, it seems like at Auburn. So, uh, you know, we'll see. There are certainly some issues here, but I think without Tagovailoa, it does make the big difference. I'm showing this one now down here, big time move as we speak. You guys, wake up the masses because right now this line is down to 5.5. The money's coming in on Maryland. We might be square here, you guys, or we might be square here. Is what it feels like. This is a huge move right now to Maryland down to 5 here approaching game time. This is right now. This is breaking news. No doubt about it. There is a line move here. I'll put 5.5 because I'm taking Auburn and we're still laying Auburn. Want to respect Maryland, certainly. Can we get any support here from Maryland? I feel bad, but Thomas says he doesn't think, he hates the computer. I hate those computers. I hate that spread, though, Auburn. Well, we're getting a little bit of a discount. So, all right. Oh, was Bo coming to the game to watch his Auburn Tigers? Remember I think most people talk about, think of Bo as a football player, and he certainly was a good baseball player as well. But I mean, when he was first at Auburn, uh, it was almost like now, granted, look at Bo and his size, but it was almost like this baseball player is a football player too. No, I don't. Well, I just remember him on the cover of Sporting News with the football jersey, swinging the bat. Mike has oops. Um, he had Missouri apparently as his play of the day last night. Good job, Mike. All right, I'll take Auburn. Let's keep it moving here. Big card, you guys. We got a lot of games to cover, including the Orange Bowl. This is disturbing news. No, not that Florida State has basically no interest in this game. Everybody's opted out, and nobody cares apparently at Florida State except Mike Norvell. And be careful of that, by the way. But why are you playing the Orange Bowl at 4:30? Well, I guess 4:30 is okay on the 4 o'clock on the East Coast, but um, the Orange Bowl is supposed to be played at night. I don't know if those goofballs over in the BCS know this. Um, I know you're not. Maybe there's can't go up. They didn't want to go up against the NFL. Maybe they talked to them. I don't know. But all right, here we go. Georgia and Florida State in this one. Okay, I get it. Florida State is going to have a you know. Um, uh, what Tallahassee Community College basically out there. I guess all the recruits are gone too. Nobody wants to play for this team. Does seem a little bit disturbing that Florida State, who does come in here, you know, with a 13-0 record, by the way, taking on 12-1 Georgia. They'd won 29 straight games before losing the SEC title game, but uh, they're 3-6-1, laying double digits this season. Those were not against teams that were undefeated, programs that were undefeated. Right? Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that there probably isn't. You all know the reasons. I mean, Georgia's a juggernaut, and yeah, Florida State not only wrestling with the fact that so many players are kind of jumping ship and all that, but um, the lack of interest that a team could have when getting snubbed from the playoff. Oh, you could make an argument for uh, angry. The players that are sticking around can fire themselves up, and uh, you know. But I'm about Mike Norvell. I don't think he's going to let something like this happen, especially if the total's 45. I mean, is it going to be 30? Look, we saw I'm not comparing it at all with Notre Dame and Oregon State. Pretty unfair comparison, actually, but I'm just trying to equate it, right? Because Oregon State, if any team has resembled like opt outs, let's throw something together, let's get down. It was Oregon State in that game against Notre Dame, and it was a no contest, and the final score was 40-0. Is that going to be the final score here, or is at least Florida State? Now, I would think that Oregon State might have a little bit more trouble going into the coffers a little bit, the cupboards, whatever you want to say, to get their next group of players to come out there. You're still Florida State. You're still Mike Norvell. I mean, I'm putting a lot of stock into this guy. I think we're supposed to be putting a lot of stock into this guy, right? Here. I mean, okay, I'm making the case. If you guys, I haven't looked at the comments yet, so um, you know, I can totally see everyone wanting to jump on the Bulldogs here, and hey, 45-20. Let me look again. I'm sure there's been no movement today, has there? No, it's up to 21. What's going to be a game time? 22. Who knows? So just wait if you want Florida State. I guess no one wants Florida State. I'm willing to do it because I'm just a market guy. I don't watch the teams. I just bet the numbers. I got a 13-0 team. I can't even make those the reasons why. I'm saying the reason why is Mike Norvell. Mike Norvell should be the reason why I can take these 21 points today with Florida State. He's not giving up on this. I mean, am I right on that? So no Rodemaker. We know that he's gone too now, or out too now. So it's a disastrous situation for a team that wants to go in, but those fans don't care. They want to win this game. I will mention, probably the biggest injury in this game, or biggest. It's not even up. It's Brock Bowers. I mean, he is. You know, I don't know. Is Brock Bowers the best player in college football in a way this year? I don't care about Williams and which marginal quarterback is going to fail in the National Football League. I mean, to me, Brock Bowers is going to be the next. I don't know. Let's go through all your top tight ends in the NFL right now. Isn't Brock Bowers going to be up there? I mean, they don't call him Block Bowers for nothing. And he catches the ball and runs with the ball as well as anybody. But he's out of this game, and certainly so are a lot of Georgia players here and for Florida State. Their situation. But hey, we'll see with Brock Glenn and how it works out. I don't want to get too much. I mean, it's hard to even want to talk about any of my little trends for this game, other than the Georgia 3-6-1 laying double digits. I really thought was maybe the only short term pertinent trend. Let's get your guys' comments. It's games like these though that need kind of the most comments, right? Not necessarily even the breakdown. You can't trust the breakdown anymore. And I always still will revert back to. Uh, the fact that the bowl season comes down to 15 practices, you start all over. It's the beginning of next season. They're not, they have got they know pretty much. Yeah, there's maybe some weird late opt outs from some big time stars because they're all indecisive. And um, all right. And Jeff says Georgia blow. I'm not gonna fall. I'm taking Florida State on this show, and I'll take my lumps. But I said right there, you look at it, 45. In fact, the total actually has gone to. No, it's still 45. So, anyways, no matter how you look at it, 31. Uh, what 31 to 4 or what was it 31 22, 31 to 10, 31 to 10, 34 to 10, 34 to 13, 34 to 14. Now you're starting to get an over here. Was Georgia going to, are you guys saying that Florida State going to get shut out? Thomas says 45, maybe, or maybe he's talking about that game, but all right. Um, yep. Yeah, and right, and Florida State's they're not in a position to make any statement like we deserve to be there. I mean, they're the one. It's going to be like, you know, they were 13-0 and they got routed by Georgia because of, and it's going to suck because maybe the narrative might be, "See, told you," and we know that's not the case. So the list is long. I could read them off. Georgia's got guys too. I mean, Georgia's got uh, you know plenty of opt outs for sure. Harris, Dumas, Johnson, Muse, the kicker, even uh, well, that we knew, but all right, right, Salty. That sucked, huh? Maybe the line's too high. But usually it's like when the line gets too high, like, I mean, got to be honest, and I don't want to play it. I'm not looking to play both sides of it or say I'm taking Florida State, but watch out type of thing. But usually in these type of, runouts, I will say though, it does feel like I said, the Notre Dame, I think that was totally different. You should have some kind of talent here. Maybe it'll be Reginald, maybe it'll be 35 to nothing, right? Right, Reg? All right. No way am I going to sprinkle Thomas. This is a free pick on the show. I mean, I feel like it'll be lucky to get there. But if look, Mike's here and he's just made this play. This is a giant on the over here. I mean, yeah, that's right on the spread, right? Pretty much at 21. But Mike is telling you this is a big time over because that's 63. That's a near 18 points higher than the total. So, is there anybody on the old, Georgia? This isn't where we wanted to be. I mean, okay, they're looking to make a statement in the fifth place game. Okay, good for them. They know they're playing some team that's at half strength, right? And I'm sure that Kirby will look to kind of work on things, if you will. All right. Is there anything else? Georgia 2-6 against the spread. Last 8 non SEC games. Uh, Georgia, of course, they've won their last 6 bowl games, covered the spread in 4 of those. Florida State has gone under in 4 of their last 5. Georgia's gone under in 4 of their last 5 as well. Underdogs have been pretty good at the Orange Bowl, 7-3 against the spread. Last 10 Orange Bowls. All right, they don't have enough depth to compete here, but I'm trusting Mike Norvell. So that's all. I'm not. It's a free pick, and hold me to it. I'm only going to leave 20 points up there. I can get 21, but I'm going to trust Mike Norvell here. I mean. They were able to get this situation going this season and do the best they could. Played their whole schedule and won their games, and they're up against it here. That shows. One other thing, just to be clear on, we'll move on from this game. We got to get to the last game. It's not as important as this. This is big. This is a big preview because of the fact this is the fifth place game, pretty much. But uh, just to be noted, it was Georgia by 13 as the lowest opener, 13 and a half, some 14 out there when it really did open and has gone up a full touchdown at minimum because of the opt-outs, the overall news cycle momentum. That's just what this game is based on, and it's going to be up to you to decide if you're going to bet this one. If the Florida State has enough new depth, they are the Florida State Seminoles. By my account, this is like still should be put everything that happened over the last, and I've covered players closely that have been in that program. Fine offensive lineman that they had that came from Alabama and MJ Williams over the year. They bring in quality players from different. Yeah, did it? If you're a Seminole, did things kind of suck there for a few years? Yeah, yeah, but look how quickly this all came about thanks to Mike Norvell and his staff. It feels like to me, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Seminole fans. We got 70 people in here. It's got to be one or two of you, Seminole fan, that can chime in and kind of take my position. Put this game aside, man. Mike Norvell, he is the man. Kirby Smart, hey, Georgia, terrific. Hey, out of handicappers on these streams. I know there are a couple out there, but I'm SEC guy, and I'm from Southern California, and I've long been SEC guy. Believe me. Okay, I was SEC before SEC was cool, as we say. All right, Johnny says it's down even 4.5 now at Bovada, 4.5 at Bet Online on that. Talking about SEC a little bit. Oh, Butterscotch, great to see you. Congratulations on a great start. And thank you for being a part of the team at Tony's Picks. All right. Yep, that was just it. Right. As far as getting that good number, too. I mean, we could have done it. Here I'm on the show. Wait until post time. All right. One more bowl game here. Not going to talk about it for 10 minutes like we just did with that one. That was football commentary. Kind of hard to make an argument for. I'm trying to give it the best shot I can. I'm not going to lay 21 against a 13-0 team with a great coach that, with 15 practices. I'm going to think you got some athletes for Florida State. And I'm sure Georgia will win it very close. I'm sure it'll be very close to 3 touchdowns. Maybe it'll coin flip that number. All right, that'd be fine. Toledo and Wyoming. Toledo comes in here 11-2. They lost their first game. They won 11 straight, and they lost their last game. How will they do in their bowl game today with Wyoming from the Mountain West? Will be the last game for Coach Bowl. Congratulations to him. He'll be retiring after this game, so you could stand to send the coach out here at the Arizona Bowl in Tucson with Wyoming now a 4-point favorite. We definitely have seen quite a move here on the Cowboys against the Rockets here in this one. Let's see here, for Wyoming, 3-1 against the spread this year as a favorite. Only favorite in 4 games. They won 8 games this year, so pretty strong. Wyoming has won and covered 3 of their last 4 bowl games, and they've gone 6-1-1 against the spread in their last 8 bowl games. They've also gone 4-0-1 against the spread in their last 5 games against MAC competition. Bowl has been real strong and coming in off back-to-back wins, which Wyoming is doing here. They beat Nevada and they beat Hawaii to close out the season. And Bowl is 17-6-1 against the spread, coming in off back-to-back wins, including a 7-1-1 record against the spread when their opponent is coming off a straight-up and against the spread loss. So Toledo has failed to cover in their last 5 bowl games. The MAC has won this bowl game in each of the last 2 seasons. I think one of them was a Mountain West. Oh, I don't have it right now. Sorry about bad research here with a million games in this one. But all right, I'm going to grab these points, though. I think it's going to be just a little bit too high. I think Toledo's a pretty good team. Wyoming, pretty neat storyline here, certainly, and I think that they can be very competitive in this game. We might see some points, if you know what I mean. What do you guys? Anything on Toledo, Wyoming for you guys? Hey, I want to say hello to Serve 5. Oh, might have got my Florida State comment as I was requesting. I know I'm going to back up a little bit here because he's got the Seminole. All right, FSU will compete. That's what I want to hear. We didn't get a chance to prove the world, and you know what? I just like I said, great program. Should have good talent coming in and players who want to get their chance to put on the arrow, if you know what I mean. All right. Um, and Jeff Roblo says he's going to lay these points. I'm sure Jeff probably got a better line than this. The move is on Wyoming. Make no mistake here. Like I said, they're up to 4 at some places right now. Total 44. And Butterscotch says he's got it as a close one. That's what I'm thinking here. Close game. Look, I do respect what Wyoming has done this season, and I always respect this coach. But Toledo, pretty darn good, averaging over 31 points per game in their last 5 games. They're not overmatched here, is what it feels like to me. I will say that this coach, though, Coach Candle, is 7-12 against the spread last 19 games as an underdog. Toledo 4-9 against the spread last 13 non-conference games, and I mentioned Toledo. They are 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 bowl games, but last year, who did Toledo beat in their bowl game? Liberty. Liberty Bibberty. So pretty good program. Liberty. Wine Time knows what I'm talking about when I say it. Liberty Bibberty. Hello to Wine Time. I don't know if I can make it with you guys over there today. Let the guys know I got a billion games going, and I'm gonna wrap it up right now with the Toledo Rockets here plus the points. Thanks, you guys. Enjoy the Bulls today. We got to get rolling in the NBA. All right, Steam play here. I'll just shout it out because I got a second here trying to gather my NBA Steam play here. This is part of my college basketball coverage, I guess. Join me in the Discord. Maybe I'll pass along a lot of Steam to you. I want to find a way to get more college basketball selections out there. UL Monroe, Appalachian State, under 137. That just came across as some morning steam. There's a billion plays, but Lex, good morning. And Lex says, you know what? You got to respect fear the turtle. Well, yeah, I'm with you on that most of the time, Lex. If anybody's going to be on the turtle now and then, but that's one I'm going to have to probably fade the turtle today. All right, thanks. Wine Time. Yeah, let the guys know I might have too long of a show here today. All right, I'm going on the NBA with a card here. 6 games, Heat and the Jazz today. In this one, you got the Heat on the road, 1.5 point favorite, and the total here is at 229 and a half. We're definitely seeing a move here. I'm showing the Heat now has gone to -2 at one very square offshore book that I love near and dear to my heart. But let's call it now Heat 2. Maybe I should leave it at 1.5 because I think I'm leaning to the Utah Jazz. No, it's a tough pill to swallow. Hey, the Jazz are starting to get it back together, I would think, a little bit. Yeah, are they going up against a pretty hot Miami team. Yeah, no doubt about it. So maybe Miami can take some of the public action here. But look, Utah did have 3 wins. Look, they weren't great opponents: Detroit, Toronto, and Spurs. Okay, I get it. But you can only beat as you try to get a little bit better here. I think the spread is moving towards Miami's favor. I get that, but it's still only 2, and we are dealing with a Miami Heat team that certainly has been clicking for the most part of late. They've won and covered in 4 straight games right now off the victory, win and cover here over. Um over Golden State. So I think that's pretty much what we've seen. Um, I'm gonna end up. I'm gonna end up on the over here. I was gonna go over as a premium, and it's going pretty high. So I'm gonna back off that a little bit. I know I'm talking up the Jazz. I'm not gonna make an official play here right now. I'm gonna end up on the over here, just because I do like the over, and I'm not going to give it out now. I don't think at 229 or 229 and a half. It opened, I think it was low as 226 and a half. Sometimes that's not a awful move for me, but on today's card, I think it is. Give me the over with the Heat and the Jazz. Look, I think it's going over for a reason, right? Mainly because Utah kind of plays these overs right now. 8-5 to the over at home. All right. Let's get ready to move on, though. We've got so many games to cover. Just toss the other 5 notes aside on the game because we got to keep it rolling. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get your comments. Forgive me. Gosh, the most important part of the show. Here's Ray on the Heat first half. Remember, I'm just giving my pick, and then you guys are every one of your picks is just as important to me, right? And I think people come here to see what the not that you guys are public in a way. I mean, we're all public in a way. You just want to see what other people are on. Heat spread and under for percent better. Thomas will take the points. Perky victory lap for the Clemson Tigers yesterday with that great win. Lex is ready to go on some college ball with that early game and serve. Want to say thank you also for responding to the call and then sticking around here to give me a play. Heat -2 says, "Hey Ramon, don't forget Jazz on the back to back here," and no doubt, Heat good, Jazz bad, Jazz bad. I get it, and Jazz, of course. No, it wasn't last night, right? Yeah, I thought okay. I'm not saying you're wrong on that, sir, but it was not last night. But anyways, Lex on the Jazz. Mike says Heat looking good. I know what you mean, though, sir. You don't have to worry about the comment there. We get what you're saying there as well. Might not be just about that. Anyways, 5 straight games in this series have gone over. Just want to mention the Jazz for all those troubles that were going on. They've still been covering numbers at home. They're only getting 2 here, but like I said, I think it might be a little bit of a tricky spot here for Miami. They've won 5 straight in the series with the Jazz. Remember, these 2 teams only play twice a year, but Utah has gone 8-1 against the spread at home in their last 9 games right now, despite all that goofball nonsense with some weak lineups that were going on. And yeah, did I maybe trust them 1 or 2 times as a yeah, but uh, we got the right guys in the lineup, if I'm not mistaken, here tonight. Uh, it's a clean injury report for Utah. Jimmy Butler, questionable. Jaime Jaquez, questionable. Caleb Martin, doubtful. And Kyle Lowry, questionable. Let's take the let's take the over. I think I like the. I'll give out the Jazz double play to start us off. 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific. We're gonna be hot in that orange. We're gonna be hot in that Orange Bowl. I'll have that game on, but we won't go premium probably there up against the Orange Bowl, even if unless it was just a monster play. All right, high peasy Raptors and big. I mean, so a little bit of a disconcerting article in ESPN. Not bad mouthing the Detroit Pistons necessarily, but looking at the bad, not even chemistry. I mean, these guys, yeah, there's frustration. You're going to find problems. Things are going to, you know, creep out. Frustration is going to set in, but more or not, the analytics have not played out. Not necessarily, and maybe there's a problem there with coach. With look, you're supposed to trust a guy like Williams, but the analytics would point out that the chemistry, the on-court chemistry isn't right. The type of players you have, the size of players you have, and the types of players you have. I don't know how that works. But the ESPN article kind of went into detail, explaining and questioning also, I think, a little bit of, I don't know if it was questioning what Williams was doing, but maybe his lack of insight, foresight, willingness to uh, try different. Maybe it wouldn't even work out if it did. I don't know if that. So that's why you can't necessarily blame it all on the coach. I mean, the players you have in there are supposed to be pretty good. I mean, you're playing some good young players. This wasn't supposed to happen. Anyways, I don't know if you want to read that article, or I could. I don't know, but it really is a bad paints a bad picture for like what the future of the Pistons hold. Like maybe this whole thing is, I mean, obviously it's broken somehow right now. I'm really going to pull for the Pistons today to win this. Please, 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 Detroit basketball, please try to win this game against the Toronto Raptors. Toronto has won 5 straight games against the Detroit Pistons. Detroit has, however, covered 5 straight games at home against the Toronto Raptors. Total's gone over in 5 of Detroit's last 6 games, and it has gone over in 4 of Toronto's last 5 games on the road. But I didn't feel like this was. I'm going to take another peek here at my notes, but um, I didn't really even consider that those numbers necessarily because I kind of wanted to look maybe to the under here, but let's see what you guys have on this because I don't know. I guess that is the preview, right? I mean, what can we do? Hello to Chad today. He's ready for the NBA. Here we go. Chad, I went with the Utah Jazz in the first game. If you're interested in Miami, I know you might be. I know you like those, uh, you know, square favorites. And Ray says he will go over in this one. I don't know if I'm going to do the. I don't know if I'm going to do the. Uh, I don't know if I'm going to play the total here. I want to take Detroit so bad. I'm gonna. I don't care. I don't care. It's just a handicapping show. We want to be right. Look, it's not like I'm making fun of myself. Like, hey, I'm gonna go with Detroit for the heck of it. I mean, I'm thinking I want Detroit here. The Sharps are on Toronto. I'm pretty sure. Let me see if it was even steamy. I know the Sharps are going to be on even on today. I think they're going to be on Toronto. I'm showing the way I'm reading this market, whether I'm right or wrong. I want to mention this for a little bit of breaking news here off of let me get this basketball off, even though the segment will be all basketball. But I just wanted to note this: the Georgia and Florida State game is moving. The total is moving higher right now to probably 46. I think you're going to start seeing 46s everywhere. Going to start seeing 46s pop up right now. Georgia and Florida State, the big game today, the game, maybe other than the NFL game, probably cool big games. Total moving right now, and also Mississippi and Penn State is starting to settle at Penn State 6-52. Okay, got to keep going back though. Here, Raptors and Pistons. So just want to get this one clear. I'm taking the Pistons at least plus these points. Man, they really, really. I hopefully they're not broken down and battered by this whole situation. That Boston. I mean, I almost. I take sports a little seriously. I mean, I was given these. I'm soft. I'm old and soft. I was crying a little. My tear. I'm tearing up right now thinking about this. It really is a. It's a real. It's a real big deal. I mean, they've got to win this game. I mean, they've got to win this game. This has got to be the one. I'm taking the points. I don't care. I'm taking the money line too. I'm wiping the tears from my eyes. Might be just sleep, but it did make me tear up to think because it hurts. Where's Ron? Where is Ron? So maybe I'm tired. Maybe I'm frustrated like the Pistons. And Mike said, I think he gave me my record. I think that's probably my record in the last 400, 250 games on my birthday. All right. Only, yeah, you're right. Jeff might not even be. I think is he Jeff. I think Jeff might be saying, you know what, you probably aren't even getting the right price. I don't know, is that what Jeff's saying? I don't know though. I don't care, and I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take the Pistons. Um, I am. I'm a softy, salty. All right, let's get it going. I don't even think Chad. I'm trying to lob Chad some softballs here, taking these bad teams, but I'm taking them. I just feel terrible about this situation, and I want it to end. I really I watch so much sports. It's all my life. I don't even care about anything else. I got nothing else but these sports. It does, Fernando. What's going on? That tournament ran pretty late, though. I got to admit, I didn't sleep very long, so probably seeing about just 3 or 4 hours sleep right there is what the problem is. I can't do 1 or 2 hours anymore. Like I'm old. All right, let's move on, you guys. But that was a very important situation to talk about. Honestly, if I'm going to do a serious show, we're going to talk about things like that seriously. And it is a very serious situation in Detroit. All right. Yeah, but you know what, sir? Weren't they like supposed to be a little bit more? But yeah, and that's one of the things, right? The best teams have a little bit of everything, right? That's why. Hey, good luck to you, Dodgers. I love you, man. Good luck, Dodgers. Okay, Knicks and Pacers. Keep it going here now with a great matchup here with the Knicks and the Pacers. Knicks coming in a favorite here by. I'm sorry. Of course, Pacers are favorite here by 3.5, and the total. Oh, Chad. I'm sorry. Do I hope I follow you, Chad? If not, make sure I or put your handle. I'll try to find that. Did I follow you? I'm sorry if I don't. I want to follow you on Twitter. Okay, Ray is going to take the Knicks here. We're already in the picks. Good. We can roll on this one though. I'm ready to uh, go with you guys here in this game with the Knicks and the Pistons. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I'm gonna write it down real quick. I mean, not just to follow you, not because you're on a monster run. All right, Lex is coming in with a play already here as well. The Knicks, they're 10-6. Um, or well, I'm sorry, no, they're 6-8 as an underdog against the spread so far this season. We know that the Pacers just 8-7 at home on the money line. The Knicks have won and covered four of the last five meetings between these two teams. Pacers have won 19 of the last 24 games between these two teams in Indiana. And maybe we haven't been dealing with the same Knicks team. Here's a goal for Wolves. Here it looks like against Everton in the 25th minute. Wolves look like they're on the board here. And does feel like the Knicks have been on the road. They've lost their last two games. Did not cover as well. So I know what I'm. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. You guys just leave me alone. I'm going to go over in this game as my pick on the show here. It is a Pacers game after all. So, all right. Anything else on this one? Nothing from you guys. Just give me the over here. Do you know the Pacers are 20-10 to the over this season, 11-4 to the over at home, and uh, Knicks are 11-4 to the over on the road. By the way, first meeting of the season between these two teams, but they did play some wild affairs in their meetings back at the in April. They met twice, and both games feature one was 267 points right here in Indiana as the Knicks won 138 129 with a total that day of 229 and a half. Then they came back a couple of nights later and played in the Garden. Pacers won 141 136 as a 9.5 point dog. So the total that night was 231 and a half. You got a new phone, Thomas? One that understands. I need a phone that understands me. All right. Now I'm going to take the over in this one. Man, keep it going. No jokes. Come on. Let's go. 76ers and Bulls here. Uh, hey, pretty good game right now. The Bulls are playing a little bit better, and the Sixers, well, they're the Sixers and looking good. But what do you got? What do you guys have in this one with the Bulls now favored by 2.5? Okay, we know there are some events surrounding this game certainly coming in. Joel Embiid, can he return to the lineup today? He is questionable with that ankle injury. The fact that the line is moving in favor of the Bulls might be the indicator that Joel just isn't quite ready. It is Saturday. We might not know or find out. The totals dropped to 224. I've said that, you know, how do the totals? Sometimes they seem to move higher, sometimes they seem to be lower when Embiid goes out. Like we don't know if he's more of a defensive impact or an offensive impact. Chicago is won and covered three of their last five. Yeah, they lost to the Pacers by 16 points at home. You don't want that right now. Those are the ones you're supposed to be winning. Sixers have looked just terrific. They even won the game without Embiid at Houston. They're pretty impressive, but this is the fourth road game now of this trip. See what you guys maybe have on the Sixers game here. We've got Ray on the Bulls money line here in this one. Blake says he's still going to take the Sixers today. Fernando is on the under here with the Sixers and the Bulls. All right. Sixers for Blake as well. Oh, no. Did we say that already? And Salty likes the Sixers right now. Don't forget, should be noted, Sixers not only crushing everything lately. Yeah, they did lose that game to Miami a few games back, but still 8-2 against the spread. Their last 10, 18-5 against the spread as a favorite. The Bulls have been covering numbers of late. They've kind of, they haven't fixed their record yet. And maybe Thomas will take the Bulls here. Chad says Bulls are one of his plays of the day. And Terrell says, maybe the Bulls have just kind of run their course here a little bit. All right. I'm gonna go ahead. Hey, if Chad's gonna give out the plays of the day, I don't want to. I mean, I think Chad knows it wasn't going to be a challenge because I'll pivot here. Chad's got his own feature on this show. He made it happen. I'll take. I'm going to be on the under here in this one. I think it's look. It's gone higher, so I could be ignoring the markets a little bit. I'm showing the sharps are definitely um, on the over here. Probably, yeah. I mean, all the steam has come in. I'm gonna check one more. I think the widely reported steam may have also, yeah, the widely reported steam came in on the under. But when you start to see a little bit of reverse line movement, Poppy, you out there? I don't know what you're doing, but well, I think when you see a little bit of reverse line movement, you got a team like the Bulls that look if there's no Embiid, I guess it's hard to comment a little bit too much without Embiid, but like I said, the spread's going the Bulls' way, and I don't know when people, like I said, no Embiid. Does that equal the line going up without his 35 points in the lineup? I get it. He's a defensive player. He's a great defensive player. So maybe the total goes up in situations like this. This one opened as low as 222 and a half. It's now 225. 220, yeah, okay, 224 now. The 225, that's where the bounce back came back. I'm gonna go under. Let's move on. Bad day to be talking about what I think of the line movement. Lakers and Timberwolves, and oh man, I hope the Timberwolves don't start to blow it here with a little bit of uh you know a rough spot. They're favorite here in this one over the Lakers by 3.5 now, and the total 226.5. But yeah, we have seen the Timberwolves lost that game to OKC. They did come back to beat Dallas, but they didn't cover the spread. Remember, they were favored by double digits with the kind of the situation that was coming into that game. So maybe there's really nothing wrong with the Timberwolves at this point, and they're just awesome. But still have Cat, he's going to be questionable for this one, and we don't know. We still got the LeBron AD factor, but is it kind of weird? Like one's in, one's out. They both got in, whatever. So, but again, um, the more your veteran player, uh, they get more leeway when it comes to being in or out at the last minute, but they also have to inform the league on scheduled outs. So, like I said, I'm still in the boat that this is helping, and I do think we're getting better results. Yes, there's still going to be all the last minute shenanigans. All right. Now, Lakers and Timberwolves. Oh, maybe I better start to give a few notes on this game and get your plays about it. Wasn't necessarily saying. I think the injuries are what we need to know on this. We know all about these teams. Minnesota's won 5 straight games at home. They've also won 11 of the last 13 meetings at home against the Lakers. These Lakers, pretty much, this group, yeah, different group, but still the stars. These teams have been kind of the same. Lakers have gone over in 5 straight. Lakers have gone over in 5 straight on the road. Timberwolves have gone over 6-3-1 in their last 10 games. Timberwolves 8-5-1 against the spread at home. Lakers 7-10 against the spread on the road. Let's see what the crew has to say. And Fernando going over. I don't think it's Fernando's birthday again, is it? And Fernando may take the Lakers. So, hey, I love the game. Certainly love this. Love this game. Over, says Blake. This one definitely has been moving to the over now. Like I said, up to I guess as high as what did I say it was? 227. So, all right. I'm taking the Lakers. I think. Look, the problem is I don't know about the Stars, but obviously, hey, what Coda? Hello. Hello, what Coda says Minnesota money line. No, I don't. I don't think I want to. I think I want the Lakers here today, you guys. In this one on the show, I'll take the points here. I do expect both players in tonight, but again, this is the toughest ones to call here with these two guys. So okay, I think you guys have your plays in, and I'll take the Lakers tonight. But I'm gonna have a premium on the total. I'll tell you that. I'm pretty darn sure. One last game in the NBA tonight. It's the Mavericks taking on the Warriors here. The Warriors are a 4.5 point favorite, and the total is 240. Golden State, they have won 8 of their last 9 games at home. A few of those games have been without a certain somebody around, at least on game day. I think the suspension actually is away from the team in that. And like we said, he's been undergoing video counseling. Uh, I probably could use some of that. I don't know if it's for anger, for uh, bad betting, maybe uh, betting too many recency bias. All right, here we go. For the Warriors, they've been absolutely dreadful at home. Right, 8-1 straight up. Last 9 for Golden State, but still 4-10-1 against the spread. So they're always laying too many points, and they're laying points here again against Dallas. Not a bunch of points, so obviously just 4. Total 241 and a half here, but it's Dallas that has been a terrific road cover of all things. 11-6 against the spread so far this season. That's pretty impressive. Both teams kind of been an over team this season, but Dallas has been playing some unders of late. Still, the Warriors are 9-7 to the over at home. Dallas 10-6 to the over on the road. I will mention 3-6-1 in their last. 10 games. Dallas 3-6-1 to the under. 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over. See what you have here with Dallas and Golden State. I see double-digit comments. So let's see here. Curtis, he loves the under as a lock. Curtis, big time on the under here. I mean, if he's got it as a lock, let me look at the side because I've got to. Okay, Chad only can look at man. Doesn't sound like he's too hot. He's too hot on it. I do think I like the Golden State, Chad. If you want, I mean, we can do it. We're having some fun on the show here. There's a bunch of games. I don't know if this is going to be, yeah, no doubt, Terrell. That's the other thing, right? I mean, that's what makes this game kind of, maybe I'm being a bit flippant about the pick, but Luka is questionable with that quad here in this one. So a little bit of concern here about that, but maybe that's kind of why that I was not why I would be necessarily. Oh, hello to Thomas. Got a nice comment here. So, all right. I do like, and plus, uh, Curtis hasn't been around to make many plays with us. It feels like. And so I'm going to do it with Curtis, and I will take the under with Curtis today. We haven't had a play together in so long, Curtis. Let's make it a special one tonight. Take the under. Chad says it might make a difference for him here. Again, I want to find out. I guess we just don't have a Chad challenge today, so at least I can't lose to you, Chad. But I want to find a way to Dallas, and I, um, yeah, and talking about Lively as well. Let me see. Well, we got to move on. We got to move on, you guys. Got to get to college basketball. All right. But I just thought I could make another comment about it. I was just going to look at the person, maybe what it looked like. My little software, I take a player out and it fills the next player and all the minutes in. It's like a DFS tool, but I don't even play DFS, but it's such a good tool that I keep it for the handicapping. It's an independent company, a very good price product too. But it takes the one player out and the next minutes, and it all fixes itself. If you take a guy like Luca out, all the minutes disperse, kind of properly, like what should have. I mean, that's their algorithm. That's their algorithm that figures it out. You can adjust it though. All right. Um, oh, we do have a couple. Okay, we do have a couple. You keep track, okay? Yeah, I'm on the Pistons. Okay, great. Okay. All right. I do want to look at these. Maybe these will just be real quick, you guys. There's a huge card in college basketball, and it's already 10:40 a.m. So let me just whip through a couple of plays here if I can in college basketball today. Maybe the marquee. Tony's got videos up for three very interesting games that are. I'll just say it. I mean, they're not marquee matchups, but they are very intriguing and a good handicaps to listen to on three other games on the channel. Yeah, he's got his NBA as well. He's got his NFL and his bowl picks. Check him out. But he's also three college basketball previews with Tony on the channel. Okay. Let me get into it here, though, with a couple of these. Pittsburgh taking on Syracuse. Oh, and let me get the right line here because these have been moving a little bit here. Maybe not this one. Yeah, Syracuse, a 1 point favorite, and this total is up to 149. So these were just typed in a few hours ago, 3 hours ago, I'd say. And maybe last night, Pitt was favored by 1 and 146, and now it is Syracuse by 1 and 149. I think I already knew what I was doing on the show, and now I definitely have to do it on the show. I think. Pittsburgh has covered 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams. This one's on the CW, by the way. It just harkens back to watch ACC basketball on a network like the CW because it kind of reminds me of the old Jefferson Pilot. Because ACC it was weird. They had the kind of the farthest reach of any conferences early on before the advent of like all the television, like you'd see the Jefferson Pilot game come on like on your local independent channel and be like, thank God these guys like sports. Anyways, for Syracuse here, they have been covering numbers very well right now. They're just 3-6 against the spread at home. Pittsburgh covered their only true road game. Pittsburgh is 7-4-1 here. Syracuse is 7-1 straight up at home in their last 8 games. I think 6-0 actually this year, but usually they're laying too much. Here it's basically a pick 'em, and Syracuse is undefeated, but Pitt, hey, they're coming in with a 9-3 record as well. Pitt's won. I said they've covered 5. Pittsburgh's won and covered 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams. Syracuse has gone under in 5 of their last 6 games at home as well. All right. Be good if I had my pickup. Well, I kind of want to look at the side. I think I know which way I was going here, and I'm still going to go that way, I think. Let's just call it like I see it here. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make the call for the over at 149. Yeah, that's a high number considering I was someone on here going, I'm going to give out 146 and I'm going to be a big hero. It's 149 now. This is college basketball, my man. Syracuse game is going over, says Blake. Perky says, take the cues in this one. Trust me. I don't know, Perk. I'll trust you, I guess. Let me see. I'm going to just look to see if there's any widely reported steam. I did see a couple of moves kind of going back and forth with this game from Sharps from what I thought they were doing. Sharps are on the over. No, make no mistake. But early steam did come in kind of on Pitt, and then they kind of bought Syracuse back. And I don't know. I kind of agree with Perky a little bit, but the spread record is so bad. Now I know Syracuse has been favored. All they got to do is win here, but uh, Syracuse 9-3. Also, so's Pitt. All right. All right. Let's just move on. I'm looking at 4 games. Here's Virginia Tech and Wake Forest. I think this one's at 2 Eastern and 11 Pacific here. I did go out of rotation order a little bit, but we are going to look at another game in this time slot, a big one. So just stay tuned. You might know what it is if you're really a big basketball fan and ready for this card. But with Virginia Tech and Wake Forest here this afternoon. All right. Here we go. For Wake Forest, they have won 5 straight games at home currently. 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone over when playing here at Wake Forest. Total has gone over in 13 of the last 15 meetings overall between these two teams. I think we've already seen this total kind of rise, if I'm not mistaken. It is currently at 144, 145 at some spots now. And it was an opener as low as 143.5. So we're seeing a move to the over as well. These two teams aren't necessarily cranking out the overs this season. In fact, Virginia Tech is 4-8 to the under so far this season. But I think I'm heading north in this one with the over. I'll update it here. Let's call it 140. I even see a 145.5. So call me square here. I'm taking another over in this one. Big time series over with these two teams. Just to note, Virginia Tech 0-2 against the spread on the road so far this season, and Wake Forest 6-4 against the spread at home. I don't know about the side. I'll just take the total. Looks like you guys are cooling down here in this one. And here's Creighton and Marquette. So I want to get back to this is just a little bit ahead of that one on the rotation order. I went out of order here, but this is a great matchup today, certainly here with Marquette at home. And they are favored in this one by 4. And the total, in fact, to call it 3.5 and 152.5 right now. So more total going higher. And man, am I going to take a bunch of overs today in my life? I think I probably am. The Sharps in this one, they're on the over. I'll tell you that. They're clearly on the over in this game. And I think for the most part, they're maybe on Creighton. I don't know. I'm not even sure I want to get involved with the side just yet. I do have a lean on the premium side, and I'm not going to. So I'm going over again. Give me another over. Marquette plays that strong defense, certainly with Shaka. They've gone under in 8 of their last 10 games, but look, the total's going up 152. It's not like, I don't know. I think casual bettors even know that Marquette, yeah, they're supposed to be known for good defense, right? But really they're not right now. Some of these numbers, and Creighton's offense is certainly top notch, especially inside. They shoot very, very well, but both teams they're kind of down there defensively. Certainly bottom 200. Marquette says Perky. Perky says Marquette. And super over, says Terrell. Fernando says over as well. Yeah, it's bothering me. Thanks, brother. but I feel like it's just fatigue. Like I played in that late night poker tournament with those guys, and ran a little long, and still had to do all the my capping and preparation. So it was great to roll with those guys. Give me another over, guys. I don't know what I can do here. I'm going to take it as a total. I've got 3 overs so far. Uh, I guess I can, right? That way, no one can make fun of me for always going under. UCLA and Oregon State. Maybe we'll find an under here. I'm thinking with these two. I don't know. Let me know what you think in this one with the Bruins and the Ducks today. This will be the last game we're previewing. I think. I know there's a huge card, and you know, I'd say all the good action here is in the day with some of these games. There is a pretty heavy night card as well, but you just got to feel like these are the top games. And I'm going to roll here with this one UCLA and Oregon. Oregon has won and covered 5 straight games at home right now. They are 7-1 against the spread at home this season. UCLA just 3-6, 3-6-1 against the spread in their last 10 games. That's feeling a little bit uncomfortable with the Bruins a little bit right now. This series has gone under in 4 of the last 5 games between these two teams. UCLA has gone under in 4 of their last 5 games on the road. They're 4-8 to the under overall this season. Oregon has been an over team. They are 5-3 to the over at home. Take your comments, and then we got to move on to hockey. Is it just me, Poppy, or are you saying that you see a lot of overs as well? Thomas is all on Oregon, and all right. Let's see here. Okay, nothing necessarily coming in from you guys. Look, UCLA did snap out of it after that losing streak. Uh, Gamble, little question for everybody in the chat. I'm going to hold off on getting into the the Alabama football game at this time. Hopefully, you can join me here. Thanks, Chad. Yes, please feel free to share your Twitter, and I'll get on there as well. That's going to be it for college. But I'll make the call here in the UCLA. But they did come back finally to beat Oregon State. Went over 131 points in that 129 little outburst there to a certain extent. So, all right, man. You know what? Let me bring up my pick here on this. I think I'm sold on it. I was hoping to see something from you guys here. Maybe I would pivot or so, but I'm going to take the under. Thanks, Gamble. Poppy, thank you for your additional plays today. Fire in right now. Thanks, Gamble. Well, I'm just saving. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. If anybody else wants to chime in, I have so many games to cover, my brother. Right now, I'm going to move on to hockey. No disrespect, but give me the under in the Bruins game. I have an under. And I didn't even look to see if I think it actually had gone down from maybe even what's on the screen there. Let's see. Scroll. 136.5 still. All right. Let's get to the hockey. We can get this show done, though, here. I think we're making good time, and I think we've had good. I think I haven't really, on some of those big days, we just kind of throw in the towel on some of the trends, right? You could beat these things into the ground, and look, we want to have our goalies right. Sometimes those are the tough ones, so getting the goalie early in the day, but because you really get heard Rod, in fact, talking about how right now the holidays, the injuries, right now we are seeing some late goalie changes where we really bring in 3rd and 4th string guys here on a couple of teams, and hard to get on those kind of break late. But we'll do the best we can here and give some good picks out right now. Maybe hockey, we might have to cut back on the trends because we do want to finish this up. Yeah, we're in 2 hours here and get to the action today. Hey, join me in the Discord. Maybe I'll be firing some more in college basketball because such a massive card here. Okay, here we go. Wild and the Jets. Close matchup here with the Jets. I believe they're going to be favored in this one at home. Uh, just a slight favorite though. Right now, $1.30, $1.20. I mean, $1.20 for the most part everywhere. Oh, Bovada, $1.35. No, it's going up right now on the Jets. Yeah, Circa's hanging out still at 120. Total mostly six under 15. I'd say this one's going a little bit higher. So I'm going to call it the Jets 125, and I'm going to call it maybe 6 under 15. But I'm seeing some six flats right now. So I would say that the general move in this game on the line is the Jets, and the over is what the move is. The move has been. That doesn't, that's not a certainty type of thing. But anyways, Minnesota's been red hot. Of course, they've won 7 of their last 8 games, but Winnipeg's won 5 of their last 6 games at home. So 2 teams playing extremely well right now, certainly. And Minnesota, I mean, it almost doesn't seem like it doesn't matter, where they play to a certain extent. Okay, here we go. Get some of these numbers out here for sure because you have uh, uh, here we go. Here we go. The Jets here plus nearly 4 units all games so far this season, and as a favorite, they're up nearly 4.5 units this season with a 14-5 record. For Minnesota as an underdog. Not that good, quite frankly, despite all of their success of late. They've been coming back, and I guess maybe mostly have been doing it at home, but because on the road they're down nearly 5 units on the road, also down over 6 units as an underdog. So all these numbers, all the current kind of trends are heavily weighted, no doubt, in the favor of Minnesota in this. I'm sorry, of Winnipeg in this one because Minnesota doesn't look quite right in this role necessarily. So I don't know. My number, my little algorithm says this is not a great spot necessarily for Winnipeg, even at home here, and that Minnesota does have some quote unquote value. And I guess they do have a little bit of value now considering the line move. Okay. Minnesota has gone over in 18 of 33 games. Not a lot to show forth here necessarily. We'll say this, though, that teams that allow more than 3 goals per game, such as the Wild, Winnipeg is 6-12-2 to the under, but I'm not sure that that's how this game is going to be played today. Let's see here. What do we got? Kev Cook is going over a raise on the Jets in the first period. And Fernando's on the under. He also likes to draw. Thank you, Gamble, as always. Hello, always, to David Burns, who comes to us from Cedar Hill, Texas. Salty's on the under in this one. Arnez, great to see you today as well. And Salty says he's got this one as a low. Salty, I will say this. I do believe that the Sharps here have played the under for the most part in this game, and I don't buy it one stretch here. So I don't know, and those trends bother me because I want to trust my computer that usually gives me the best play. I'm going to take the over here in this one, going against that a little bit here. I'm going to take the over with the Wild and the Jets. All right, keep it moving here. Blue Jackets and Sabres.
Final.
In this one, you've got uh, Sabres, a big favorite here, currently at probably $2 now. And I don't know, take your pick. It's either 6.5 uh, over -135, or it's 7 under -135. I think you could find both those lines right now at whatever book. I mean, if you have a book that offers multiple lines, it's those two lines are practically even as far as the value is concerned. So it just depends on what you want to take and what your level of comfortability is, and maybe if you want to sprinkle around the number two, I guess that's always a possibility. And the widely reported steam in this game did come in on the over, but I'm have a tendency to go under in this one, especially if I get that. I'll go 7 under 35 for the show purposes. I'm actually going to go under 6.5 at -135. Uh, can't give you any stats that are going to say other than the fact that we've we've hit a few premiums over the last couple of days. Hopefully, my subscribers are noticing on some of these sevens that have gone over the last couple of nights. We've seen some 4.2s out there. I think that's what we're going to be looking at again here in this one. There's no doubt. Uh, Last 5 meetings between these two teams in Buffalo have gone over. Last 7 of the last 8 games between these two teams have gone over. Um, you think of the perception of these two teams, you probably might be thinking over to a certain extent, especially with Columbus. I don't think, not necessarily with Buffalo, but Columbus 12-4 to the over on the road, but Buffalo of late 1-9 to the under in their last 10 games. They're a big favorite here. Give me the under tonight with the Blue Jackets and the Sabres. Look, maybe you could try the Blue Jackets again. They're absolutely, like I said, right now. I mean, they seem like automatic money getting these puck lines. 12-4 now on the puck line for the competitive Blue Jackets. They can't win, but they sure can get that puck line. They're 12-18. Buffalo's just 14-18. But I'll take the under here in this one. I'm giving it out 6.5, 35. Grade me at 6.5 over 35. I'll probably hit up 7 under 35. Could be a 4-3 game the way Columbus is playing right now in some of these games. Salty says Buffalo gets it right and covers. Columbus off of another overtime loss. They're the kings of that. Ray says, though, he's going over here. So looks like Ray and I have a little challenge going on. All right, Hurricanes and Maple Loafs. In this one, we have the Leafs. I know this one's closely rated. In fact, the Hurricanes are the $1.20 favorite here now, and the total looks like 6.5 under 15 in this one with Hurricanes on the road. We did see. Let me see here. I think this one was one where we did have a confirmed goalie, right? Yeah, Kashetkov is in there. Martin Jones for the Leafs. It looks like he's not confirmed. Let me refresh it, but Kashetkov is certainly in here for the Hurricanes today. This one goes. This is part of the 7 Eastern, 4 p.m. group. Hockey night. Where's Hockey night in our chat? You never did say, I mean, there's no other initials that are HINC. That's not Hockey Night in Canada, right, guys? He didn't acknowledge that, though. Are you out there, HNIC? Toronto comes in, of course, with that stellar record of 17-9-6, 17-9-7, I think now. Carolina 19-13-3, I think. Right, Johnny? The game they send out to uh, Manitoba. Okay. Uh, Anyways, let's get into it here a little bit with these two teams and bring out a little bit of info. But I'm pretty sure I know where we're headed in this one for Carolina here. Carolina's gone over in 4 of their last 5 games. Toronto has gone over in 12 of 17 games at home, but just 2 and 7 and 1 to the under in their last 10 games. Toronto has won 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams, but this is the first meeting between these two teams this season. Carolina now, as I mentioned, having gone over in those games. They're 4 of their last 5. Also, 4 out of the last 5 meetings between these two teams in Toronto has gone over. And like I said, the move has definitely been to Carolina. In fact, Toronto opened a slight favorite and was pretty much here Carolina though from, and like I said, now up to maybe even $1.20 or so in this one. Two-way action, as far as I'm concerned, it looks like from the sharps. It leaves me kind of scratching my head trying to read the market on the side here in this one. If anything, I kind of would just look toward the maybe toward the trend. I mean, Carolina has won 2 straight, including beating Nashville. They also beat Montreal, and Toronto's been in a pretty big funk. We know at this point, not only with their goal scoring, but just winning, period, right? Right now, that current streak, they've lost to Ottawa and Columbus, and they had recent losses to Buffalo and the Rangers. I'll just take the under here, especially at 6.5. That's my play, under Hurricanes and Leafs. Kev says BTTS here. I think first period BTTS. Critical notice. Okay. A lot of people. There's been some talk about the draws here of late, and also maybe how maybe you could be looking at uh, division draws more so than just draws in general. Uh, that's been some of the discussion that I've seen from some top some top hockey handicappers that are putting more time and effort into determining draws. And the key there is, I think, trying to find the draws that have bigger lines, right? Obviously, but um, to get the right return, because so many of those games, you talk about the teams that have really bad records but yet are able to cover those puck lines, teams like Columbus and such. So okay, let's give me the under in this one. Let's keep it going here. Want to finish the show? Devils and Bruins here with Vanacek, Vanacek and Olmark. Is that right? Let me make sure I got this. We're unconfirmed with both these goalies today, so bummer. No problem. We'll work through this. I think that's what we're kind of looking at, though. Today, tell me something different. In fact, let me look at one other site at the goalies. No, that's what they have there too. Okay, so Boston. I'm sorry, New Jersey. Hey, they've won 6 of their last 7 games on the road, but Boston's won 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams, including 4 out of the last 5 games here in Boston. New Jersey plays them tough. Hello, we were just talking about it, right? New Jersey 11-3 on the puck line their last 14 games at Boston. I could go through it, but I don't think they were an underdog in it. I don't think they were a favorite in any of them. I think that is usually the 1 goal game theory here for the most part. You guys, we're just talking kind of about it now. Uh, you know, Boston certainly the better 20 wins, 7 losses this season, and New Jersey 19-13. The move has been kind of on Boston here, opened a low. of maybe 150-ish, but now we're looking at 160 for the most part everywhere. Total 6 over 20. Not only did New Jersey mention their hot streak right now, 11-5, straight up on the road, 6-3-1 in their last 10 games. Boston 10-2 right now at home. Obviously, just terrific. Uh, Even on the puck line, they kind of get it done in New Jersey. Not great on the puck line, really, but 8-8 on the road on the puck line, so it shows they're a fair price. And here, not something maybe you want to necessarily get involved with New Jersey plus 1.5 minus $1.75, but just to make clear on that. New Jersey 22-12 to the over this season, 10-6 to the over on the road. So, what do you guys have on this one? I've got this one as a tightly contested affair, and I don't see the 6.5. Maybe I don't know if I was ever going to even expect a 6.5 in this one. I just thought with New Jersey, look, I know they're going up against Boston. Maybe it'll be a little bit tougher to score. I mean, the last uh, 3 games in this series. Let's just go back. They've only played once this season. Back 17 days ago, it was 2-1 New Jersey in New Jersey. Last year, though, they had played 2-1 and 3-1 in their last 2 games of the season. They did have some higher scores later on, but I am going to, I think, based on some of that, we're going to try the under here with New Jersey and Boston today. Give me the under, Devils and Boston. Anything for you guys? I don't know if I see it here. Anything? Nope. Okay. Let's just move on then and go with the Blues here against the Pens. And the Penguins going to be a big favorite, obviously, in this one. That's okay. I mean, hey, I'm not ready necessarily to get on the Penguins here. Certainly, St. Louis is that team. They play competitive every time, no doubt. Play close games. Pittsburgh has won 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams. Pittsburgh has gone over in 5 of their last 6 games. St. Louis has gone under in 6 of their last 8 games on the road. St. Louis, pretty good puck line team here, and they're getting a pretty nifty price at minus $1.45 or so. Maybe it's going to be square to jump in there on a day like today to lay Pittsburgh here. It's up to it's up to 205, even 210 to a certain extent, but I don't want it. This is one where I'm going to probably get a little bit involved, I'm sure, with a puck line here on St. Louis. St. Louis actually not in the best situation necessarily, but as an underdog, they are okay. 14-11 as a puck line dog here. I'm going to have to trust them to cover this one right now. First meeting this season was 4-2 St. Louis in St. Louis. The Blues have been playing pretty well of late, having won 3 of their last 4 games. They lost to Colorado last night, but what was that? 4 oh gosh, terrible. 4-2. Can't even read my writing. 4-3. Last right? Is that what that said? 2-1. Okay, 2-1. Like I said, I was playing that poker tournament, was scribbling my results a little bit. They did get the puck line there in this one. In fact, they've covered 3 straight as a puck line underdog. I'll take the Blues here on the show. And well, you know what? I'm gonna go double play in this one right now. The widely reported steam did come in on the under, and I'll give it out. I'm gonna give it out. Give me the Blues puck line and the under here. I think I just gave out a premium, and I I might have messed up, you guys. The pick is not wrong, but I think I gave out the wrong ones. I'm just giving them both out, my premium and the under. Uh, the the premium the I don't even know. Give me the Blues and the under, you guys. Okay, I've got Kev Cook going Bruins under. Thank you, sir. Hey, Kev's with me on the Blues. All right, now I feel good. Now I can move on. We got a little consensus. And the Rangers here and the Lightning. In this one, the Rangers obviously stubbed their toe there last night. We did have a premium winner with the over in the Rangers and the Panthers game yesterday, but we tried to go with the Rangers on the show. How about that save? Look, quick. Okay, they lost. Did you see the save from Jonathan? You can't tell me this guy is not playing well. The Rangers got a pretty good situation. Yeah. Did they lose the game? That's fine. But Jonathan Quick looked pretty good with the wild save last night in that game. Anybody see it? All right, you got the Rangers though still coming in here, bouncing in off of that loss 4-3 last night to the Panthers. But no should know the Rangers did cover the puck line. Not that they weren't a huge puck line. Uh, they were getting the goal and a half at big chalky money. So, but they still were able. They still hung in there. Close game, 1 goal game here. Over in 5 straight games right now with the Rangers currently. Interestingly enough, this has been an under series though. 7 of the last 8 meetings have gone under between these two teams, including 5 straight games here. In Tampa Bay, between these two teams have gone under. This is the first meeting, however, between these two Eastern Conference foes so far this season. The Rangers come in with a terrific 12-5 road record coming into this one. They've gone under in 8 of their last 10 games, have the Rangers right now. Looks like maybe, yeah, right? Right. That's it. You got it, salty. And that's actual terminology of exactly what it was. I think it's up that I think that is exactly I know, I'm familiar with that term. That is what they say. Heel. I've been watching hockey all my life. I think that is an official kind of terminology for that type of goalie stop, and that's exactly what it was here. All right, let me take a look here with the Ranger at my play. Anyway, I think we kind of covered the numbers that I'm kind of looking at here with this one. I mean, you can look at the Rangers, who they're a road favorite sometimes, and they do. Cover some puck lines. I want to see who is the actual favorite here right now. I listed a pick 'em on screen, but the Lightning are just starting to ease in as the slightest of favorites right now. Maybe at a square book, they're $1.15 or so. And I think that total is still, for the most part, 6/15 or 6/20. So, all right, you guys, what are you guys gonna take anything here uh, in this one? If it's gonna be 6, I probably would be on the over here. I think at 6/20. I think that's probably what I would prefer, and I want the Rangers here to bounce back. Let me see. Okay. Salty is going over in this one. If Salty is going over, and it's mostly sixes juiced at -120, right? I mean, no one's holding a 6.5 out there, and so I think it's a good. I think it's a good play. Let's go over Salty. You talked me into this one. Um, I'm looking at the Rangers. I don't know if I can get there on a premium right now, but um, probably looking only at Rangers at this point. I almost want to give out another double play here right now and give out 2 double play winners. Because I don't know if it's quite going to be. Let's do it. I like the Rangers in this one tonight to win on the road at this price at $1.05 or so here. Um, I don't know if either. I didn't feel like I did about the same the last game. Give me the Rangers and the over. Okay, see, Kevin Cook's the lead on the over, and that's the other thing. You could go 6.5 under minus $1.20, get it even money. That's fine too. That's fine too. If I give out over six, I'm giving out over 6.5. The price will pretty much be the same. Do your line shopping, you'll find the best price anyways. And the thing about going up, right? As a pick, you should not be saying, I like it at hockey, maybe a little different, but I like it at -5, but 5.5. Watch out. That's not me. Predators. Capitals, a widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game. They came in at 6.5 for the most part now. And you see this 6 over 20. I'm showing the price currently at the uh, mostly a pick. This one is a pick. I don't know. There is much favoritism. The Capitals, if anything, were the slightest of favorites. I thought early. You got the Predators coming in 19-16-2. Capitals 17-11-2. The team nobody likes apparently. Um, Nashville has won 5 of the last 6 meetings here in Washington. It's been pretty good for them. Washington's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games at home, but this series has gone over in 4 of the last 5 meetings when these teams have met in Washington. Let me see. Aksarov looks like he's going to be in there, and so there's a name we haven't seen too much of late with Aksarov. Now, let me see. Now, I want to see if they've. No, it's still maybe Yaroslav Aksarov would be coming in there. I think he might be. It might be his season debut. I didn't get that far, actually, to be honest with you, as Wolves have just scored another goal here to take a 3-0 lead at home in their game here against Everton. Just saw a goal here right now. Just want to check on something here real quick. All right, I'll get back to this one with the Predators. Predators in this one. Okay. So for Nashville right now, they are 11-5 to the over on the road, but Washington is 4-12 to the under at home. I think that kind of plays more towards maybe towards Washington. Let me see what my play sheet says here necessarily because like I said, widely reported steam came in on the under. I mean, that's probably the way that I would look as well. I I also think that the Capitals are probably my look on the road. I no look, I've been kind of favoring Washington in a lot of spots. I'll just go with that steam, roll with the under. It's already at 6. Not going to mess with another double play. I was getting kind of tempted there. Try to save a premium here. I've had a few hockey winners, haven't I, of late? I think it was on the leaderboard today. Shout out to all my other friends, Cappers, doing great. Here's Ray on the over. You guys are on the over, and I'm on the under. Yeah, great point. And again, Arnaz, it will be a very popular storyline, right? Every time when the Capitals play the back-to-back, the old guys, right? Um, how can they bounce back here? And even someone who wants to bet the Capitals a little bit here and there, probably looking to Nashville. But let's go. Let's finish this show up. You guys, 2 hours with me is usually just about as long as anyone can stand me in real life. Canadians and Panthers here of Allen. And Allen is confirmed in the goal today. And Stolarz is likely. He is expected to start this game for Jake Allen, 4-6-2 record with a 3-point 4-3 goals against and a 90.5% save percentage for Stolarz for a 3-1 record. The 2.18 goals against average, 91.5% save percentage. Good numbers for Stolars, the former Duck. Don't forget for Florida in this one. They have won the last five meetings in Montreal and covered the puck line. They were favored every time against my Habs. The total has gone over in seven of the last eight meetings between these two teams. Uh, Canadians are playing very competitive right now. They've covered the puck line in seven of their last eight games overall. And given the nature of some of these games, especially with a juicy price here of $1.20 or so on Montreal, might probably have to get involved with the puck line, is what it feels like to me. Now, the move started to come in on the over here at six, juiced up six, mind you. But since it's moved to 6.5, I don't know if the move is quite as solid. I think I still would probably prefer uh, the game over, but I don't even know if I can give it out as a free pick. I'd probably buy it down to six and pay some ridiculous juice on it at minus $1.75 or $1.80. I think they can get to six games because I think I just expect Montreal to actually be competitive in this game at 255. I'm just looking for a one goal game here. Yeah, when maybe we can sprinkle. I think I could sprinkle. I don't know if I will. Montreal though 11-5 on the puck line on the road. Florida 6-10 on the puck line at home. Florida 9-16 as a puck line favorite. Montreal 18-10 as a puck line dog. I'll take the Canadians here plus a goal and a half. Go Habs. And Ray joins me. All right. All right. Last game. Thank you so much. Still caught 3 dozen in you here are interested in my take, apparently, and yours in the chat with the Oilers and the Kings. Let's have some fun late night tonight with a great matchup, including my LA Kings going up against those hot Oilers here. And I think the Oilers are probably going to be a pretty public dog for me in this one. The way they're playing, they've won seven of their last 10 games right now. Look, LA's still pretty great. They've gone 5-4-1 in their last 10 games, and I'm not ready to just start saying they're not all the great team that I said they were because I do believe still, nothing shows me that they're letting up at this point. Like I said, I've seen this team play a long time, and they're basically, in a situation where they're playing pretty well. Just tough matchup here against an Edmonton team that this is the first meeting of the season between these two teams. But remember, it was Edmonton that rudely knocked out the Kings on their home ice last season to knock them out of the playoffs. So maybe there's a little bit of a spark there for the Kings in this one, but Edmonton playing pretty darn good. Kings have covered the puck line in four of the last five meetings here in LA. uh, in this one, including a game in the playoffs last year that the Kings did win against Edmonton. Remember, Edmonton won the last three games, all in high scoring fashion. All three of the final Edmonton games in that series did go over. Edmonton has won five of their last six games right now on the road. They've been covering some puck lines as a favorite as well. LA is 4-1 on the puck line last five games at home against Edmonton. And LA here is what are they? 7-6 straight up at home. Edmonton's still 7-9 on the road, but 3 game winning streak right now. Of course, they beat New Jersey, they beat the Rangers, they beat San Jose. They haven't made it quite home just yet. The road could be getting a little bit long here. This is the fifth road game tonight, but like I said, 3 straight victories. LA's coming off that loss to Vegas, but they were an underdog in that game. All right. what's the call here? Because I know what I want to do. Just maybe see what you guys have in this one, but I don't think anybody's got anything. I think everybody's ready to wrap up the show. Tell Ramon to get off the air here. Ray says, "Give me the Kings on the money line." Okay, if Ray's taking the Kings, then I will take the total, and I'm looking for this game to go over tonight at 6.5 goals. All right, that's gonna do it. Or so maybe 7. You'll see that 6.5. Let me look at it real quick, and then we'll be done. Yeah, 6.5 over 30 for the most part. I really don't see many 7s out there. And thank you guys so much for staying with me all the way. I thought it was a good, maybe lack of sleep, other than a sleepy eye over here. Uh, Maybe it was good for the show. It felt like that one was really. I felt like that was the best one in a while, to be honest with you. So thank you so much for joining me here on the morning steam for today. We're back tomorrow on New Year's Eve, and I'll be here on New Year's Day as well. I drop. I might be in the Pacific time zone, but the ball drops at 9 p.m. for me, if you know what I mean. You just watch the East Coast and you got to, it's New Year's Day, man. I mean, I don't, maybe I was in my 20s and getting loose a little bit to stay up late and have some fun. But uh, for me, you always got to be up early, man, for the games and the bowl games, even though it's only usually, 1 or 2 nowadays. Used to be more back. You start one at like 8 in the morning Pacific time. All right. Catch you tomorrow, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for the comments, everybody. Ray Curtis says, okay, I got you, Curtis. I'm going to give it like 15 seconds here. I'm going to look for the game. And if I can't find it, there was also Hofstra and St. John's, right? Somebody, well, let me find your Madison. Let me find your Madison here. And if I don't find it in relatively quick time, we're not going to do it. I'm not going to make anybody get, here it is already. I was saying, I'm not going to make anybody find the rotation number here, but I'm ready to go. Okay. I don't have the breakdown, Curtis, with all these games today, and I'm not going to waste too much time on it, but I've got a play for my man's on this one, and I'm going to go side and total because Curtis asked, and I don't know what he wants, and I'll say which I like best. My top play in this game, Curtis, is on the over, believe it or not, with Texas State and James Madden. Look, it's gone through the roof. There's actually been buyback on the under, but it was as low as 145.5, and that's when the Sharps hit it with a real strong move, no doubt. Sending this one to as high as 149 before they bought it back at 148. And Madison is down to 12 from as high as 14.5. But I like Texas State still. I'll take Texas State plus 12, but I like the over much better. Oh, Gamble. Uh, Believe it or not, hey, Gamble, no time to rest. And vaccines work. It's just that maybe for that, not going to make any opinions on, go crazy. Tony will get mad. But some people kind of maybe need some extra boosting, and some people don't, especially in, flus. Sometimes the flu is worse than others. And one time a few years ago was really bad, and maybe we all could have used a little boost, but we don't, maybe we don't take it as much anymore. But older people that have certain, this is more important. This is actually important, talking about some of those things. But if you're a little bit vulnerable, you got to take extra precautions. That's going to stand. That's going to be the case for probably now until the history of mankind. All right, you guys, thanks a lot so much. Appreciate you. Love you. Happy New Year. Thank you for all the birthday wishes over the last couple of days as well. All right. Enough of me. For more Morning Steam, join me tomorrow for Tony'sPicks.com. Get my premium pick packages over there. I'm Ramon Scott.
To maintain, so get situated and listen to the picks, and it goes along something like this. Tony T, yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, befuddling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning scheme is the 18, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain.